course, we teach our kids to swim, but do we teach them how to approach a dog in the right way? Well, here to give us some great advice is vet Dr. Claire Stevens, and she's brought along two pooches with her. We have Tink and Lulu.
That's right.
Welcome to the show. Do you think these dog attacks happen because parents don't actually teach their kids how to approach dogs? I know my little boy's too, and he just runs towards dogs. We've had to stop him from doing that because he's so excited. It scares them.
Yes, I think that's definitely a factor. And I think if we were more educated about the right and wrong ways to approach dogs and also how to read dogs, so if they're showing signs of becoming agitated or threatened, how to read that and back away is really important.
There's also the perception of don't judge a book by its cover. You see these little ones, Lulu and Tink, you think, oh, they're adorable tiny things, and you let your guard down. If you see a pit bull, no disrespect, they come towards you, I'm immediately picking children up and going, well, that dog is capable of... Are these dogs just as capable of having a dark side?
Yeah, I think that banning breeds is not necessarily the answer, and having fear around particular breeds can be misleading. The most aggressive dog I've ever met was a Chihuahua, and the second a Labrador.
Oh, yeah,
so you wouldn't expect that judging by the breed, but they certainly can be vicious.
So what's the best way to approach it? I always do the hand thing. You stick your hand out and wait for them to smell your hand and hope they don't fight it off.
Well, let's take our puppies and I guess not how to approach a dog first. Now, poor little Tink, she's a bit nervous, isn't she?
I think we'll do the knot on Lulu because she's feeling more confident, I think.
Come on, girl.
So what we don't want to do is be too hurried and rush up to the dog. So coming at them from above their head, I might come around this way to demonstrate, with your palms open and arms flailing is quite intimidating.
Okay.
So to come up and to do that very fast with your palm open, with your hand over their head, can be quite a shock.
Which is what a kid would do. Kid will race up and just, whoa!
And sometimes they go to scoop up the dog and pick them up if they don't...
Grab their tail or their ears.
Yeah, that they don't know, and that's very frightening for a dog. So that's how not to do it.
How would you do it then? You'd get down,
you
sort of
would,
bend down?
What I say is to keep calm and keep quiet. Often squat down first and just let the dog approach you. Hey, Tink.
Come on, don't give us the Graham Kennedy moment. Let's go.
Oh,
thing, isn't
there
she?
we go. So then I just had my palm closed and I just put my the top of my hand out and let Tink initiate the interaction.
Right.
And it was only then that I patted her. If she stayed back or showed that she wasn't interested, I would never force that interaction, always give that space. And I think that's what our kids aren't doing. I have a 2-year-old as well, and he's just so excited, and I think he thinks it's a toy.
Yes.
And dogs obviously are not toys, and they need respect, they need space, and we really need to teach our kids, and I think in schools, how to approach dogs safely.
Is it? What's the nature of a dog? Is it within their nature to want to attack us? Or I mean, you often read, you know, the Ridgeback is a lion hunting dog. Why are you surprised?
Yeah, I think for a well-trained, socialised, domesticated dog, no, it's not usually in their nature. There is always exceptions, of course, but if you do the right thing and you have a responsible pet ownership things like microchipping and training, getting them desexed, doing puppy preschool and socialisation.
It never hurts to ask, I find, as well. If you're in the park and your little kid wants to pat a dog, to ask the owner. What about reading the signs of a dog who might be wanting to attack? Because sometimes a wagging tail isn't always a positive sign, right?
Particularly if it's stiff wagging tail or a fast, nervous kind of wag, or if they put their tail between their legs. That can be more subtle signs of them being intimidated.
What else?
Other things are their ears can go back a little bit, or you can see the whites of their eyes as they get nervous. Their eyes widen and you see the whites of their eyes. Ears go back, and then obviously there's the more obvious ones, such as
foaming at the mouth,
teeth, biting. That's a pretty good indication.
If you approach a dog and all of a sudden you start getting is it just as simple as backing away slowly?
Don't have your hands up or your palms open. Pull yourself in, stand up, and just give that dog some space.
Right.
Yeah, that's the best way.
All right.
All right.
Judy.
These are gorgeous dogs. She's a little bit nervous, but she's warming up, right?
She's a bit camera shy, I think.
Oh, well, it's some really, really good advice. But can we just recap your top 3 tips, which include always ask first, approach the dog calmly, and allow the dog to come to you, which apparently is a good way of choosing a pet as well.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, from a litter, the first dog to come towards you and lick your feet. Is that right?
That's how my mum picked me.
That's how my husband picked me. He's got a foot fetish. Everyone in our studio audience today is going home with a Busy Buddy toy from Pet Safe, like this one. And if you're watching from home, you can actually get a discount of 10% using the code word PetSafe10. Please thank Claire Stevens and our furry friends, Tink and Lulu. Thank you.